Yo, what's up designers? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy. So I really just want to jump right into it and show you guys one of my past students' incredible portfolio. So this is going to be part 2. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I literally talk about all the things you need in order to apply for a job. So you definitely don't want to miss that one. I talk about what a resume is, what a cover letter is, what a portfolio is, and the things that you need to put in your portfolio. So this is going to be part 2. This is another project within Austin Powell's industrial design portfolio, and guys, it just keeps getting better and better, and there's going to be one more that I'm going to show you guys after this one, so you definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So the reason why I want to show you his portfolio is because maybe you're a student or you're still putting together your portfolio and you're just wondering how good do you need to be. Well, I personally think this is a great benchmark to compare yourself to, and if you're not quite there yet, then definitely work really hard to try to get yourself to this level. The idea of all of this is you want to be undeniable. When you apply for a job, you want to be the ones that stand out, because when these employers hire industrial designers, they get tons of different applicants, and honestly guys, the majority of them are gonna be not very good. So you want to be one of the very few that stand out, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys his portfolio, try to take some great notes on the things I'm gonna be showing you, what is on each and every page, so that you can go ahead and model yours after this one if you want to do so. All right guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty, a big shout out to Austin for allowing me to share his portfolio with you guys so that you guys can learn and model yours after this one, compare your skills to this one, or just sit back and enjoy it, okay? This is an undeniable portfolio, which is what I want for you guys as well. That's why I'm showing you guys this. Great things can come when you are undeniable. Austin was an incredible student. He always listened well, he spoke well, he's very professional, he always showed up to class, and he always went above and beyond. And the reward of all of that is get him an internship at a company that I used to work for, and now he's interned there. He is a current senior at the moment, so he's about to graduate pretty soon, looking for his first big boy full-time job, which I'm also trying to help him out with that as well. So, you know, people will go ahead and help you out, and it'll just make your job a lot easier when looking for a job. You know, if you're barely making it through these classes, you might be passing them, but if you're not working really hard and trying to improve your skills and try to get it to the best it could possibly be, you'll probably end up finding yourself in a very frustrating situation, wondering why all these potential employers that you applied for aren't contacting you back. So this is going to be the intro page. So the intro page is really just all about hooking your viewer. You know, you want to impress them immediately, you want to keep things simple. So the elements that you're going to need is going to be the name of your product, as well as a description, very simply written, a hand vacuum, and then a great shot of your product. So I love this angle that Austin selected for his intro page, just filling up most of the canvas. And a lot of you guys asked me some of the format for this portfolio, so it's going to be a PDF on an 11 by 17 dimension. So for the next page here is really just some background research that Austin has looked into before he actually jumped into designing. So since his product is all about revolving around the desktop, he talked about some of the hours that employees spend at their desk, you know, giving percentages at home and at work. And so just a great visual of the hours here. I love how he did these infographics. And of course, when we're designing anything, of course, it's going to be used by human beings, it's going to be used by people. So what I had them do was interview a couple different people, potential users of their product, just ask them a couple of questions so that you can kind of build a good knowledge base to start building your own solution. So he went ahead and interviewed these 3 people right here, just a quick statement, a little bit about who they are. So here, Austin went ahead and purchased a competitor vacuum, very similar to what he wants to design, and you start studying it and breaking it down. So Austin's doing an ergonomic analysis here, just seeing some of the shoulder tension, some of the uncomfortable points, some of the pain points, and then of course documenting it on this page. So it's all about documenting the things that you do. So this is going to be a little bit of a reverse engineering of the vacuum that he's purchased, you know, how these parts come apart, how they come together, you know, how to clean it and all that stuff. stuff. So a little bit of, user experience and reverse engineering. This is going to be studying an actual user using the product and seeing the different angles. I like how he drew out some of these angles here, and really just studying some of the bodies, studying the ergonomics, getting dimensions of the user's hand so that it can help him with his own sizing of his own product that he's designing. And of course, anything that we design, guys, most likely there's going to be products that are already similar, that are already out on the market. So what you want to do is go ahead and study them, study the pros and cons of them, and then of course when you're developing your own solution, to improve upon them, because what's the point of designing something else if you're not making it even better than what's already on the market. So Austin went ahead and studied these 3 products right here, these 3 competitor products, and listing out some of their pros and cons. So the goal of this product is written out very simply. It's about simplicity, comfort, and adaptability. That is the goals for this vacuum that Austin wants to kind of strive for, as well as showing some really cool imagery as well. I'm really liking this composition. It's a very traditional industrial design type of page, is of course the inspiration page. This is a grid layout of some of the images that Austin's found online, and he's just taking a look at some of the forms that they have, some of the color material finishes, and really just kind of taking some inspiration so that when he goes ahead and models his, he can kind of design it after what he's kind of striving for, the things that he's found online. So I really like some of these images that he's found. None of them are low quality, they're all decent quality. So you don't want to have, find some very low resolution image when you're putting a page like this together. So what is an industrial design portfolio without sketches? And what we call it is ideation. So I really love how Austin showed his sketches. I like this a lot better than how he showed his sketches in the first project that I showed you guys. So this is going to be some very, very beautiful pencil sketches drawn out on a notebook that's taken a photo of on a desktop. So as we're designing anything, we're going to be going through a couple stages of prototyping, and the very first stage of prototyping, it doesn't have to be refined at all. So we can see he's using some paper mock-ups, some foam cores, some rough tape. This looks like a paper towel roll. This is just really to test some quick ergonomics, some quick dimensions of your product. And so this is great documentation of it as well, just showing that you've done a lot more than just jump directly into the CAD software. So now here Austin's showing some of the iterations that he's went through, because sometimes your very first idea, you might think it's the best idea, but as you keep refining things, you keep getting feedback, you keep thinking a little bit deeper, you can improve upon it. And so this is the next one that he did, and I like this solution a lot better. It looks a lot more mechanically sound. It looks more traditional of what it's going to be used for. And so this is getting a lot closer to what he was striving for. So you want to go through these iterations. It'll just keep getting better the more that you work at it, get feedback. That's why it's great to kind of open yourself up to feedback. And because I know that a lot of students, sometimes when they're getting critiqued, they don't like it. They think that their work is already great, but it was a major jump coming from this to this. So we went ahead and did a more refined prototype. So now he's actually went ahead and hit the 3D printer. He's really, developed his 3D to where he's given enough volume inside to incorporate the actual componentry. I think he dissected it from an existing vacuum and he went ahead and implemented it into his own, just to make sure that everything fits. When we're designing things, we're not just designing a pretty looking product, we're actually designing something that can be real, something that can be functional. We need to be very well versed in mechanical engineering and making sure that our products work and we give enough space for the functionality. And so here we jump into the good stuff. So the good stuff is all about these nice, beautiful hero renderings. You can see that Austin selected a lot of variety of materials and different colors, and they all work together. And I love this splash of color in the trigger here. This is the cool angle of his product as well. So when you're coming up with these angles of your products, you want to really rotate your product around, tilt it, do a 360, and try to find the best angles of your product, because a lot of the times products, they might not have the best angles. So what your job to do when you're showing them off in these great renderings is to really find the best angle of them. So I really like this angle here of his vacuum. So this here is going to be more of an engineering shot. So we have the side view as well as the rear view. I think this is actually the front view. And then this here is going to be a front tilted. So these are the most purest kind of views that you can show off your product, is these very orthographic straight on views. So here is going to be a shot of some of the different parts of his vacuum and how it disassembles. So you can imagine this is what you will do if you went ahead and clean out the vacuum and take out all the debris. And this is going to be a close-up shot showing some of the form, some of the mechanical details of the hinge, because, you know, it's always great to see a full shot, a full hero shot of the whole product, but sometimes you want to show off some of the detail work, some of the features, you know, zoom up to a certain part to show some really cool form or something. So this is what that's all about, is a nice close-up shot. And here is going to be a close-up shot as well of the rear. I really like this angle here. I love what he did with the back, showing off all these little text here, really pulling the realism out of this product, because when we're designing something, you know, we're not going to actually be manufacturing it. It's not going to be actually real. We're not going to be, you know, pitching it to Target or pitching it to Walmart to get it put on the shelves. You know, this is just to show off what you have, the skills that you have, put in your portfolio so that you can get hired. And so the whole idea of it is to just get your products looking as real as possible, and how to do so is by really getting all these parting lines down, you know, all of these color material finishes. And of course, you know, if you add some of these little text here, these certifications, you know, the recycle thing, it really just pulls everything together and makes it look extremely real, as if you were to be able to buy it right away at a store. And again, guys, just another very cool close-up shot, liking the transparent plastic, the rough transparent plastic. This here is going to be showing off some of the mechanical aspects of the product. So he's already shown how the vacuum kind of disassembles to clean it. So now he's kind of wanting to show off this mechanical part of the handle, it be able to bend to get it to the right angle for the user. So I like how he kind of presented it here. And notice, guys, the little call out, tell the viewer what they're actually looking at, okay? Because if this wasn't here, sometimes people might wonder what this page is even all about. So make sure to have a little bit of context to it, have a little bit of word call out. So just handle articulating. This is choose your colors. So I like when the students also provide me a color study of maybe just a couple different options of how their product can look. You know, give me a couple different color material finishes. So he went ahead and explored it with a couple of different colors. This here is going to be bringing the product to life. So like in the very first project where it was an earbud, he put it on a couple of models, you know, seeing how it looks in the ear. So now, since this product is more interfacing with a human hand, went ahead and photoshopped it in a hand. Again, guys, just bringing the product to life. And on top of that, adding the product into the environment where it could possibly be living on a day-to-day basis. So photoshopping it into somebody's, you know, office desktop here, as well as maybe a workshop drawer. So this is going to be a really cool part of the portfolio. This is where Austin really shows his model making skills. This is really, again, bringing the product to life. All of these are 3D printed parts where he sanded and painted and primered and all that good stuff, so you could kind of see all the different pieces, and then of course it being all assembled. So, you know, showing off the engineering work, showing off the craftsmanship, showing off the fine attention to details. So again, guys, just a very great asset to have in your portfolio. And so this here is continuing on with the prototype, showing the internals of it. And I liked how he was able to 3D print this part in transparent, and he's kind of like shining a light through it. And here is where the product that's all assembled, the prototyping. We could see some imperfections here. They only had a couple weeks to do this, so it's not completely perfect, but you know, just having some kind of real life prototype in your portfolio is going to be a great thing to have to show employers. He is showing how the product can be used in the casual position as well as the desktop position, moving the handle. And then boom, here is the final finishing shot of the vacuum. Love this angle as well, and it just says get clean, kind of like a little bit of a slogan there. So that is Austin's second project. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. He watched the first video, so I'm sure he's going to be watching this video and reading the comments below, so let him know what you think. Alright guys, that is about it for this video. If you liked it, definitely hit that thumbs up button. It would really help me out, help out the YouTube channel, help out the YouTube algorithm. Also, hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already. All right, guys, my name is Jimmy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.